Cannot be a dispute about the fact that Namibia is an absolutely breathtaking country. Now, the Mineworkers Union of Namibia, in collaboration with the Namibia Mineworkers Investment Trust, introduced new products for its members. These new products encompass the education, employment and legal needs of miners. The products include the Namibvest, which allows miners, ex-miners and their descendants to invest in stocks. These products provide unparalleled benefits to members. Namibia Education Fund, an initiative aimed at assisting the dependents of MUN members and ex-members pursue higher education courses at respective institutions of higher learning, and the Namibia SME Fund, which was established to respond to the need to strengthen the economic activities of MUN members and their descendants. We're now joined by Mr. Ishmael Kasutu, President of the Mineworkers Union of Namibia. Good morning, sir, and welcome to Good Morning
Namibia.
How are you doing on this gift of a Monday morning?
Very well, thank you.
In broad strokes, please tell us more about these benefits.
Okay, Denver, this is part of our long-term strategy as leadership and within the MUN. We want to go beyond workplace representation to empowering our members and also giving some benefits to our members. So these benefits is coming at no cost to the members, especially when it comes to the education fund and the legal representation in particular.
How do you see these benefits benefit the welfare of your members?
If you get a benefit at no cost to you, I mean, it's a plus point. Currently, as you know, that our parents or the elders are struggling with registration fees in January every year. So that's why we thought of assisting them with a portion thereof. And this is a grant. This is not a loan. So, which we think it's going to bring some ease to the financial burden that the members are facing in the beginning of each year.
Now, we shared in the introduction with our viewers that these benefits are geared to members, to former members and their descendants. Yeah. Please tell us more about the criteria that you employ to decide who's worthy of these.
Okay, the key criteria that we're looking at is the vulnerability of the applicant parents. Must be single parent, ideally low income group, not necessarily all members are qualifying. So we want to target those that are more vulnerable than those that can afford to do the payment. So this will be facilitated by our office, the NAMIT office, which is situated at our head office in Windhoek, the MUN head office.
One would imagine that there were consultations that culminated in this. Please walk us through those processes.
Okay, this call came from the past congresses since 2010, 2015, and this year as well, that members wanted to do more. So that's why the leadership of the MUN thought of we need to go beyond the workplace representation and to look at processes where we can start to empower our people as well. So that's what led to those decisions. So members were part and parcel of the call to make that decision. It's not just an initiative from the leadership, but the call was a bit blanket call, but the details as to the house came from the leadership.
Now, one such platform to relay the information to the members is, of course, Good Morning Namibia. But which other avenues are you exploring to see to it that everyone is on the same page and that they're well aware of these developments?
We're using the media outlets, not necessarily NBC, others as well, the Facebook, our structures, being the regional structures and the branches and units leadership. So we have proper structures to reach out to our members in terms of communicating what we are busy with.
When you spoke about the no-cost element, you said it relates specifically to the legal representation and also to education.
Yes.
What about the others? And also please talk to us about the extent to which you see these benefits actually reach all the mine workers.
Okay, Denver, I think we need to be brutal honest with you. We want to build our own wealth. I think gone are the days where we can just sit, receive a salary and glorify our employers. Our employers has their own social programs, and that doesn't address all our needs as their employees. So that's why we thought, let's go beyond that point of just receiving salaries, glorifying our multinational companies, but also start to create our own wealth through the business that was established in 1990s, late 1990s by our predecessors. And we thought that we need to reposition ourselves as the MUN to try to build our wealth within these institutions. What do I mean with that? For example, I mean, as miners, we're wearing safety boots. Why can't MUN start to build, produce these safety boots through our associate companies and let those mining companies which we're working for buy those the safety boots with no conditions except as meeting their specification in terms of the safety standard of the safety boot. So by that, we produce their wealth. They buy, with their money, they buy from our companies. We're building wealth, we're declaring dividends, and those dividends are going to NAMIT, being the trust that is owing NAMIC. And then once we make money, it will come through dividends, and these dividends will be redeployed into education fund as well. So, and also including to NAMIT Vest. And recently, I think end of last year, if I'm correct, we have diluted our shares as NAMIT through at NAMIC, so which became 75%, and then we donated or given the 25% to NAMIT Vest, where our members, former members and their descendants can buy shares directly in NAMIT Vest. So it's part of our giving back to our members and going beyond workplace representation.
Notwithstanding the noble nature of these products, and of course bearing in mind that the hope is to generate revenue through the dividends, wealth ultimately, not only revenue, to see to that it's plowed back. But to get there will also cost money. How are you planning to finance these operations? Okay,
it's not going to cost money to the members, right? The companies are already established. We want our branches to persuade our members to start to speak MUN associate companies. If you have to buy something, you need to think of supporting our own. So well, one example is, for example, we have shares in Prime Health, NMC for that matter. Why would Kasuto, being a member of the MUN, support an opposing company if I have interest in NMC? So that's the language that we need to ask ourselves and start to engaging on as leadership of the MUN. So and many others. For example, if we have a life cover, car insurance, we have companies that we are having shares in that are offering the same products. Why do I need to go to an opposition if I have an internal company that can deal with that? So, and also we're going to engage our stakeholders, being our employers, to start to first consider and source our services that we can deliver to ourselves, then going to our opposition. So I think that's a tone that we want to get into come 2024 going forward.
Being cognizant that you are targeting the vulnerable members mostly and former members and their descendants, how many people are you looking at to benefit?
So the current active members is over 9,000. Probably if you look at the average family size would be member plus spouse plus 4 or plus 5. So with your former members, probably 100,000. So that's the targeted group. But the number of people that we're going to sponsor each year in terms of the education fund, that will be dependent on the value that we're getting through our dividends through NAMIC. So, but if we start to building our wealth, obviously that number will increase that we're going to spend on our members, and that will come at no cost to the members or new additional cost to NAMIT for that matter, or NAMIC. So all we need to do, or expected from us as leadership and members, is to start to support our own companies. And I think once we start to do that in numbers, we'll come to a point of customizing our products at a cheaper rate compared to what our competitors can offer as well. So it's quite a bigger picture, and it's easier to do because of our numbers and the unity within our structure. And we just need to explore that potential that we have.
What about the descendants of deceased former members?
Yeah, okay, they are also included. So all we need to do to know from them is that they need to prove to us that their deceased parent was a member of the MUN. We can look through our data, but if they have pay slips or any proof that they were members, that will also help us as well. Remember, I mean, we had members that were members in 1970s, 1980s. So over time, records were lost. But just additional proof of that will help a lot as well.
Is your compliance house in order? Certainly embarking on these ventures requires that one at least complies with corporate governance.
Proudly so, yes. Yes.
How will the rollout work and when will it take effect?
The rollout started last year on the Edu Fund. I think we spent over $100,000 on that one. So we're going to continue again early next year, I think with bigger amount than that. So, and then we have advertised end of November and the due date is end of January. Yeah.
What is on the cards for the MUN for next year?
Exciting year indeed for us. We're looking at empowerment program, leadership empowerment program. It's an organization for us to grow. We need to empower our own people in terms of capacity. We're looking at the women empowerment program, which is one of the bigger programs that we're looking at for next year. We're going to look at NEC leadership empowerment program, regional leadership empowerment program. We recently, in Q4 of 2023, did the same on regional shop stewards as well. So we're having good years to come. Obviously, the wealth creation, we're going to measure what contribution the branches have made in terms of supporting our companies. So,
and if the branches make no contribution, or some branches make no contribution, will there be steps taken against those? And for those that make the contribution, are there any incentives on the cards?
Not really. We recently had an IDABA last week, Thursday in Swakopmund, where we have invited all the leadership, the branch chairperson and branch secretaries and full-time shop stewards, just to make them aware what we expect from them. So, and what will help us in terms of building wealth to plow back in to our members through EduFund and many other benefits as well. And I think we're on the same page so far. So come next year, we want to look at a different IDABA, including probably our stakeholders, the companies, the CEOs as well, just to make sure that we are on the same page and we engage and we see make them understand what we expect from them as well. So what matters is that we need to build that dollar figure for ourselves. We don't want just to create wealth for multinationals. We want to create wealth for ourselves. We want to create a solution for our own problems through our own systems that we're having. Yes.
Any final thoughts before we let you go, Mr. Kasutu?
I think I want to extend our thankfulness to the leadership that attended the IDABA. It was successful, I must say. We're looking forward to measuring the deliverable of this particular IDABA that we had, and through our next session that we're going to have next year. Thank you so much.
There you have it, the President of the Mineworkers Union of Namibia, Mr. Ismail Kasutu, talking to us about exciting plans that are on the cards for members, former members, as well as descendants. We will be right back after a brief break.